folks. We're trying to do some gardening out there today, and it's been raining continuously on and off. We had a big downpour earlier on, so it's been a real wet one for us. Not much out there today, a little bit of weeding. So I thought I'd come here and do a bit of grafting and demonstrate citrus bud grafting. Now it's a little bit early, but we do have a bit of sap flow through the tree. So the aim is to basically have or see new sap flowing or new growth coming through the tree, which means the sap is flowing through efficiently, and that's the best time to actually graft, because the fusion between the actual host and the sample that we're using, the bud itself, will form and seal straight away. Whereas if you do it too early while it's still dormant, there's a possibility of it drying out. So what I'm going to do here is demonstrate two forms of grafting, or bud grafting. Now the first one I'm going to demonstrate is the one I learned from Vincenzo. He's no longer with us. This is 20 years ago. He went to a better place. He's a happier person, I dare say. He demonstrated this, and he showed me how to graft over 22 different varieties on his citrus tree. It was mind-boggling when I saw it. So I'm going to demonstrate that one first, and then I'm going to show you another one for those who want to try either of the two. You need a nice bud grafting knife. Well, this isn't one of those. This is just a pocket knife. I have got grafting knives and budding knives, and I just don't know where I've placed them, and I'm not going to go for a walk down the back of the paddocks to find them in the shed. So I'm going to use my little pocket knife, as long as it's super sharp and clean. Method to sterilize it, it's ready for that to go. Now the way we do this, well, what I've got here first is a citrus Eureka lemon, and this is Japanese seedless mandarin, which are beautiful, both beautiful plants. And I don't know, what have I got here? Well, this is a Eureka. No, it's not. This is a Lisbon. So I'm grafting a Eureka onto a Lisbon tree here. Now these samples were given to me earlier today, a little bit dried out, but I'm still quite confident that we'll get a bit of a good sample here off one of these. Now what we need is a strong, healthy bud, and you want it to be about pencil thickness, the branch that you're working off, something like this. Now I want to keep the leaf on it as well, because that's my little handle for me to be able to pick it up and use it. So what we do is quite simple. It's a rectangular cutout around the actual bud itself, and we're going to peel that skin off and place it on here. So let's do it. So a cut above, a cut below, and we're going to do vertical cut on this side and one on this side. There, and now we're going to try and peel this off. There we are. If there's sap flowing through the tree, it will peel off as easy as that. Now I'm holding it by the leaf because you don't want to contaminate the inside of that. You don't want any oil from your hands or dirt going onto that. But what we've got to do is make sure we've got clean surface here, and find a spot on the tree where you need to graft it on and it's able to grow outwards. Now you can do it onto a branch, but because I've got a young tree here, I can do it on the side of the trunk. And I'm going to do it just about there. Nice clean space on the trunk there. It can grow out to the side there. We've got a separate branch from the rest of the tree. Now that there is basically the outer bark and the cambium layer inside. Now a lot of people are going to say, where's the bud on that and all that stuff? Well, that's what I asked Vincenzo when I first saw this example, and I was gobsmacked to think, how's this going to grow? And the leaf we're going to remove. So we've got the bud inside, or the node that's there, and this is the DNA of these dogs. Stop. Kara, sit. Shh. Now, we've got this leaf here, we're going to cut that off, and in here is where the new bud's going to grow from, or the new branch. So all we need to do is position it on here and line up the skin so the sap flows through. So all we do is position it there like that. We match the above cut, like that, and then we match the bottom cut. Remove that from there. Now all we need to do is a vertical cut down the middle of the two horizontal cuts. Just about there. Like that. And now we've got to peel it up. Peel it open. I can't see. Is that right? Yeah, all right. I think I need these. Sorry folks, I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, what a mess. Is that what I did? I'm not in denial. There we are. Lift that side up, lift that side up, right? And now we use this. If you can see what I'm doing carefully, I'm going to lift the bark up and carefully drop it in place. Like that. Nice and tight. Look at that. We've got the barn doors flapped over the top, but the actual horizontal cuts are perfectly lined up, so there's no air pockets. And now all we need to do is snip off this. We don't need this leaf anymore. Take that off there, like that. We can take it further actually. And now we tape it. And I highly, highly recommend that you use buddy tape. Not budding tape, buddy tape. It's available on our website. It is in 70mm and 50mm pieces like that. You see how it's got a serration there? And it stretches beautifully like that. So that will self-adhese itself. Well, it'll stick on there basically, hold itself in place. You don't have to put any tying or gluing. And have a look at this. You just wrap it around tightly and you stretch it as you wrap. And you can go straight over the bud like that because it will give and grow. Oop, it snapped off, it's okay. That's what it does. Go around. And that's completely sealed from the elements of nature. Just going to go over a little bit more. And I suppose if you see a little bit of swelling, the best thing you can do is go there, remove the buddy tape, give it some room if you find it's not able to push its way through. Look at that, done. And there's your budding. Now, if it does start to swell, as I was saying, and it can't push its way through, remove the buddy tape and reapply it and make some room for the actual new growth to come through. Now, that's one way that I learned from Vincenzo. Now, on the other side of this tree, we're going to put down here our mandarin. All right, now it's going to be slightly different. Now I'm going to take this little branch off because look how many little branches we've got growing out. I'm just going to take that one off there. I may leave this one for now because we're going to bring it down from the height. But let's get back to the grafting. Where's my mandarin? What have I done? Oh, here it is. All right, so this is a little bit thin for my liking, but I couldn't find anything thicker on the trees that I've got out there. Japanese seedless. Now, rather than cutting around it as a rectangular cutout, I'm going to splice a piece off this. Now, the way we do this is splice from the top all the way down. So from the high side of the branch, from the top there, splicing downwards. Then we do a horizontal cut to remove it. Now, let's see how sharp this knife is. So with this version, we're actually taking a bit of the white wood with us. There we go, nearly there. See how I'm wiggling the knife back and forth? Just need to protect it. And then we do a cut like that. There we are. Okay, there you go, have a look at that. We've got a bit of wood there as well. We've got the cambium, we've got the bud. Guaranteed something's going to grow out of this, eh? What we do now, we don't have to position this on here at all. So what we need to do is basically do a same T section cutout, open it up, insert it, and then, but making sure this time when we do the cut, we don't do the horizontal cuts too far apart. You can if you like, but I kind of like doing it a bit smaller than what the overall length is of what I've done there. So I'm going to do the bottom cut first. There. Okay, now we line up the actual bud to the bottom line, like that, and get a measurement. But we're going to do a cut just about there. Okay. Like that. And now we do another vertical cut. And we lift this up as well. Now you can actually cut into this if you like that and then remove it all, but I like leaving the skin on. Right. I'm doing this left hand, folks, so bear with me. There we are. Lift that up again like that, and now we're going to slide this into this position, making sure it hits the bottom beautifully. See, that's touching the bottom there now. Now I'm going to hold that in place while, let me get this leaf out of the way, I match the top cut. That's gone. And now that's back in place. So now we've got both the top and the bottom infused, joining beautifully, no air pockets. Remove the leaf again. Bit more off that. There we are. And now, next step, wrap it around with buddy tape again. Now, folks, the cuts on the host plant, which is the rootstock, and I always recommend that you graft on a lemon tree, onto a lemon tree. You can graft orange and oranges together if you like, and mandarins and so on, but do not ever graft a lemon tree onto an orange or a mandarin, because the lemon trees are renowned for growing large, fast and big, so much bigger than a typical orange and a mandarin. So you'll end up having a tree with all the luck that you want it to grow well, and if it does grow well, you'll find that it'll become top heavy, and then the rootstock or the base of this tree won't be able to support it that well. So always graft onto a lemon tree, any variety of citrus you like, or match them up. Get all your oranges together, all your mandarins together and things like that. And otherwise, buddy tape is what you need. And the way I did these two grafts, the cutting on the host is identical, whereas the removal from the sample that I've got here, the bud sample here, one is a splice where I take a bit of whitewood underneath as well, whereas the other one earlier, as you saw, I basically do a rectangular cutout of the actual bud sample that I want. Either way, they both work. Give them a go, have some fun in your garden, and this is ideal for those who do not have the space to have multiple trees growing in their garden. Yeah, we're lucky here, we've got plenty of acreage, we can plant as many as we like, but for those who don't, in a little courtyard, why not give this a go? You can be even a dwarf variety, you can graft onto those dwarf rootstock plants, and you can have multiple, what do they call them? Fruit salad or citrus salad trees? You can make your own. There you go. Job done. And don't forget to give it some EcoBoost and liquid gold to give it lots of good strength to grow big, strong and healthy. For more great gardening tips and advice just like the ones I've been sharing with you every day, and recipes, you'll find them in our Vasily's Garden to Kitchen magazine. Folks, subscribe today, get 4 issues delivered to your door, along with many other great benefits online. From me, Vasily, Maresi at vasilysgarden.com.